This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Did you guys see that UFC 249 is canceled? Okay, look, selfishly, a lot of us wanted UFC 249 because of the opportunity of seeing some kind of sports. Do you have the soundbite there of Dana? So Dana White had to cancel UFC 249. And I'm going to tell you, I kind of can relate to Dana White in a very small way, and I'm going to tell you how it is. But let's have a little fun here. Here's Dana White talking about why UFC 249 has been canceled. Go ahead.
Obviously, on next Saturday, April 18th, we're good to go. We're ready to have an event. We've got, obviously, a great card. But today, I got a call from, as high up as you can go from ESPN and as high up as you can go in Disney, and asking me to not do this event on April 18th. One of the things that I want to point out is I want to thank the Tachi Palace in California, the Indian Reservation, for having my back through this whole thing and standing strong and willing to hold this event. And I can tell you this. When we come back to California, our first event's going to be at Tachi Palace when everything gets back to normal. We're going to do a real event there and show these guys the love that they showed us through this thing. Obviously, I'm going to take care of my fighters. I'm not laying off one employee through this whole thing still. And we will be the first sport back on television. One thing that you've heard me say for the last year and whatever is how awesome this relationship has been with ESPN. In every way, shape, and form, these guys have been amazing to us. So when they call and ask me to not go, obviously, I'm going to respect it and not go.
So fight's off.
Fight's postponed. The fans have been incredible. The amount of support I've had from fans, celebrities, fighters, friends, family members, it's been overwhelming. Let's put it that way. It's been incredible, the amount of support that we've had from people. I appreciate it, and I know everybody is, can't wait for sports to come back, and was really looking forward to April 18th. I will be back. I will be first. Fight Island is real. That's really happening. The infrastructure is being built right now on the island. When this thing is ready, it's going to be badass, and it's going to be incredible. We're just going to start running fights as soon as that thing is finished.
There you go. So that's Dana, and the sane reached the insane, basically. Because, look, man, as selfishly as we all want some entertainment, we were acting like the days of the Roman gladiators, where people were in the stands in the Colosseum and the gladiators were there and they were killing themselves for entertainment. Okay? Literally killing themselves to entertain people. And maybe that's what we were going to do with these fighters. Because God forbid, you got fighters coming from all over the world to that island. You really don't know where everybody's been. You really don't know if everybody is clean. Okay? And I still don't know if you can carry it around and it can't be detected. They don't even know that yet. So far, they have the test that can detect it, but I'm wondering, because something new comes up with this, and that's my problem with this, that we still don't know all the ins and outs of this virus. And so you're taking all of these risks. And yes, selfishly, you and I, we want to see something because we're, at home watching reruns, watching whatever you're watching, playing whatever games, board games, whatever you're doing. Who cares how you do it? Whatever you do to pass the time, God bless you, man. But here's the thing with Dana White. He doesn't run his own show anymore. he's now tied because he wanted that big, fat ass money from ESPN and ABC and Disney, right? Well, now that with that comes something, and that means you're no longer the boss. And if it's going to hurt the overall company, they're going to stop you. And it's not so much that he had to listen. He had no choice. Because if he wants that relationship to stay great, and if he wants that relationship to go forward for a long time, brother, you got to do whatever they say. See, if he was on his own like he used to be, the fight would have gone on. Because he doesn't care. Now he's part of the corporate deal, which, by the way, is what I was going to tell you is I can relate to him a little bit. Because I do things every day on this show that you will never, ever, ever, ever hear on 560 and 790. Ever. Because none of their hosts can say most of the things that I say because they would get reprimanded or fired. You hear any of them say that Dale Talon should be fired? Of course not, because the Panthers are on that station. I'm the only crazy bastard that would actually have the common sense and the balls to actually say that. Remember that segment I did yesterday with Chris Greer? Talking about the real issues? You'll never hear that on 560 or 790. And that's not so much a corporate thing. That's because most people don't have the balls to say what I said yesterday in that segment. And again, when you work with a corporation, certain things come into play. And you're not going to get the real coverage. You're not going to get the real truth. A lot of times, you're going to get all the politics. They're going to have to dance around a lot of the BS. And guess what? Dana White now had to do the same thing. He now has those corporations involved in his business, and he has to listen to them if he wants to live the life he lives. That's it. There's no doubt. That's all it was. This was a complete power play, and Dana White was defenseless. It was, you're out. They brought him down to the mat. They pinned his ass.
He tapped out.
He tapped out. Disney pinned his ass, and he tapped out. He tapped out like Conor McGregor and Khabib. That's how he tapped out. And he had no choice. You got to tap out because you chose the path of corporations. So Disney, you think Disney wants to answer these questions? Because now Time Magazine will call them. And every other magazine, Newsweek or whatever, and say, well, wait a minute, this is your parent company, UFC, and there's a pandemic going on. We've got to keep people apart, and you're allowing one of your businesses to go out and brutalize each other, where guaranteed if somebody has COVID, the others will get it in a place like that. And you think ABC and Disney wanted to answer those questions? Of course not. So they called Dana and say, yo, Dana, shut it down, dude. Shut it down. Shut it down, or we'll shut you down.
You know what I like?
What?
Whatever casino that, was trying to assist him with this, and he's going to give them a real event, not a fake one, a real one.
Yeah. Mike No-Go Zone says, I'm actually surprised that ESPN took the welfare of the fighters over ratings. Aha. You know what I would add to that, Michael? It's a Disney thing, not an ESPN thing. It's a Time Warner thing, not an ESPN thing. You are right that maybe if ESPN could get away with it, the old ESPN. But this ESPN that's under this ginormous corporate umbrella, no. Different world now. Yes?
It would really upset Mickey Mouse, man.
Yes, it would. Let's see. Although I saw Carol City wrestle Mickey over a bridge in grad night, so that was classic.